Hello dear students, welcome back to the science class. Dear students, I hope you all are fine at your home and you all are studying well. Today in this video class we are going to continue with the lesson animals and their young ones. Yes, can we revise what all we studied in our previous video classes? Yes, let us revise. Yes, we studied the definition of egg-laying animals. The animals which reproduce by laying eggs are called egg-laying animals. Then we have studied the internal structure of an egg. I hope everyone have practiced this diagram with the parts. It is very important diagram. Once again I am repeating for you all so that it will become easy for you. Next what we studied? We studied the incubation definition. You have to remember what is incubation. Nothing but the birds sit on the eggs to keep them warm. This process is called incubation. Then we have studied the life cycle of a hen in the last video class. Yes, can we revise once again the life cycle of a hen here? Yes, let us revise. As you all know that the adult hen, it will lay the egg. Then what happens? Okay, the mother, nothing but the mother will lay the egg here. Then the mother what they will do? It will give worms to the eggs here. Nothing but the incubation process here. Which process takes place? Incubation process. After that, in a particular conditions, in a suitable condition, the baby chick will hatches out here. Nothing but it will break the eggshell. Eggshell na break ಮಾಡಿ ಏನು ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಹೊರಗಡೆ? The chick will come. The baby chick will come. ಯಾವಾಗ ಬರ್ತಿದ್ದು ಹೊರಗಡೆ baby chick? Under the suitable condition. Under the suitable condition, the baby, one second here, under the suitable condition, the baby chick will break the eggshell and it will come out of the egg here. This is all about the life cycle of a hen we have studied. This is the incubation process. Next we have studied the egg laying. Yes, under the suitable condition. Okay, the baby chick will break the eggshell. In this manner it will come out of the egg here. Okay, we have studied the water animals. About the water animals we have studied fish, and even the fish and frog also, they will lay the eggs too. Fish will lay 100 of eggs, but only the few of them will grow into a baby fish here. Let us learn about the life cycle of a frog here. Female frogs lay eggs in a water or wet places. Female frog ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತವೆ? They will lay the eggs here. ಎಗ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಇಡ್ತವೆ. ಎಲ್ಲಿಡ್ತಾವೆ ಎಗ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನು? ವಾಟರಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ವೆಟ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್. ವೆಟ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾವ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಹಸಿ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಆ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಗೆ ವೆಟ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಅಂತೀವಿ. ವೆಟ್ ಹಸಿ ಇರೋದನ್ನ ವೆಟ್ ಅಂತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಫೀಮೇಲ್ ಫ್ರಾಗ್ಸ್, ವಿಚ್ ಫ್ರಾಗ್ಸ್? ಫೀಮೇಲ್ ಫ್ರಾಗ್ಸ್ will lay the eggs in water. ನೀರಿನೊಳಗೂ ಎಗ್ ಇಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ವೆಟ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸಲ್ಲಿನೂ ಇಡ್ಬೋದು. ಓಕೆ, the eggs are laid in a large clusters which generally floats on a water. This floating cluster of eggs is called a frog span. Here the meaning of clusters. Clusters are nothing but a group of similar things that are close together, the things which are similar and they are very close to one another here. Okay, the eggs are laid in a large clusters. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಎಗ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಹಾಕ್ತಾವವು? ಓಕೆ, ಇನ್ ಅ ಲಾರ್ಜ್ ಕ್ಲಸ್ಟರ್ಸ್. ಕ್ಲಸ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ಅ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್. ದೋಸ್ ಆರ್ ಎನಿ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಮೇ ಬಿ, ಬಟ್ ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್. ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಸೇಮ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾವಲ್ಲಿ, ವಿಚ್ ಜನರಲಿ ಫ್ಲೋಟ್ ಆನ್ ಅ ವಾಟರ್. This floating cluster of eggs is called a frog spawn. The eggs are surrounded by a jelly-like a substance. How the eggs are surrounded? The eggs are surrounded by a jelly-like a substance. The egg develops into a tiny young one called a tadpole. the egg, it will develop into a tiny young one. For that what we are calling? We are calling it as the tadpole name. When it will be small, when egg will develop into a young one, for that we are calling a tadpole. The tadpole hatches out of the egg. The tadpole is very similar to a fish in a structure. It has a tail to swim and it breathes through the gills. In order to become an adult frog, a tadpole undergoes several changes through a process known as a metamorphosis. Through this process, the tadpole will change into a frog here. Let us see here. Yes, you can see here. This is the adult frog. This is the adult frog. It breathes through the lungs and the moist skin. Yes, you all know what is the breathing process in a frog. Yes, in a previous classes we have studied about the breathing process in a skin. How the frog will breathe, dear students? The frog breathes through the lungs and the moist skin. Then next one, what happens? These are the cluster of eggs. You can see the cluster of eggs. After that, it will develop, and this is the early tadpole. The first stage it is early tadpole, and this early tadpole, how early tadpole will breathe through the gills it is having. It don't have a lungs and the skin still, so it will breathe with the help of the gills. Here it is having a gills, and it looks like a fish only, and it is having even the gills also. For swimming purpose it is having tail also. At the back side it is having even tail also. This tadpole, it will breathe with the help of the gills. Yes, these are the cluster of eggs. When after few days it develops into a tadpole, and the tadpole will be, that tadpole looks like a fish here. That tadpole is having a tail at the back side, and it is having a gills for breathing purpose. Remember, with the help of the tail it will swim in a water. As you all know that the frog will lay the eggs where? In water and in a moist place, in a wet place. The next what happens? Late tadpole grows limbs. Still the legs have not come here to the tadpole. When it was a small tadpole, there were no legs, but after few days the legs are developed here. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ಬೋದು ನೀವು, ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಈ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಟ್ಯಾಡ್ಪೋಲಿಗೆ ಲೆಗ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಈ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಟ್ಯಾಡ್ಪೋಲಿಗೆ ಲೆಗ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಫ್ಯೂ ಡೇಸ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತಾ, ಲೆಗ್ಸ್ನು ಗ್ರೋ ಆಗ್ತವೆ. ಬೈ ದ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಲೆಗ್ಸ್ನು ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಆಗ್ತವೆ. ಲೇಟ್ ಟ್ಯಾಡ್ಪೋಲ್ ವಿ ಗ್ರೋ. ಇನ್ ಅ ಲೇಟ್ ಟ್ಯಾಡ್ಪೋಲ್ ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್? limbs are grown. Limbs are nothing but the legs here. The limbs are grows here. The next one, tadpole starts losing its tail and starts developing a lungs here. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ದ ಡೇ ಬೈ ಡೇ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾವಲ್ಲ ಅವಾಗ ಏನಾಗ್ತೈತಿ, ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಲೂಸ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಟೇಲ್. ಆ ಟೇಲ್ ಕಟ್ಟಾಗಿ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಟೇಲ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಕಟ್ಟಾಗಿ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಏನು ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಲಂಗ್ಸ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಆಗ್ತವೆ. ಎದಕ್ಕೆ ಲಂಗ್ಸ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಆಗ್ತವೆ? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಬ್ರೀದಿಂಗ್ ಪರ್ಪಸ್. ದೆನ್ ದ ಅಡಲ್ಟ್ ಫ್ರಾಗ್ ಗೆಟ್ಸ್ ರೆಡಿ. Then the tadpole, after few days the tadpole grows into a adult frog here. This is all about the life cycle of a frog here. It is very simple. First, the adult frog lays the egg. It lays the cluster of eggs. Then what happens? First, early tadpole develops, and that early tadpole is having a gills here. Why the gills are present in a early tadpole? ಯಾಕೆ early tadpole ಅಲ್ಲಿ gills ಇದಾವೆ? For breathing purpose. Even it is having a tail. Why the tail is present in a early tadpole? Early tadpole ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾಕೆ tail present ಇದೆ? Because for swimming purpose. As you all know that the frog will lay the eggs in a water. The next one, the early tadpole develops into what? It develops into late tadpole. Nothing but the the developed tadpole here. In a late tadpole, what happens? The limbs will grow. The limbs will start growing here in a late tadpole, not in a early tadpole. There were no limbs. Early tadpole ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಲಿಮ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದಿಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಲೇಟ್ tadpole ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಲಿಮ್ಸ್ ಗ್ರೋ ಆಗ್ತವೆ. And the tail will cut here. Next, in a next one, then the tadpole, tadpole after the developing into the tadpole, it starts losing its tail and it develops into lungs. Why the lungs are present in a frog, adult frog? For breathing purpose. So the lungs will start growing now when in a tadpole. This is all about the life cycle of a frog we have studied today. I hope you have understood about the life cycle of a frog. If you get any doubt, you can contact me. Dear students, whatever I taught till now, you have to read and make a points in your rough book. In the next video class, again I will continue. Till that, study well. Have a nice day. Thank you.